definitely be able to take some things away if you decide to indulge in the outdoors this summer. Please help me welcome Tom Rich with his speech, Bear Aware.
Madam Toastmaster and fellow guests, Tracy, we're picking summertime fun for a theme today, and my speech is going to tie right into that because it's all about being safe while having summertime fun. One of the first things I like to do to start spring out is I get my bear book out and I read about bear behavior. It's because I've had several bear encounters, and I anticipate that I'll have several more because I indulge in so many outdoor activities. I love hiking and camping and fishing, and I know they're coming, I just don't know when. So I want to be prepared and make sure that when I have that bear encounter, first, maybe I can do something to avoid having the bear encounter, and then second, if I do have it, it's a positive experience, one that I'm not making into a bad experience. So there's a couple things today that I'd like to talk about, and that's that this is a very unique year that we have here, and that's going to create some challenges for us in bear country up in Tahoe and the Sierra Nevada mountains. And then secondly, I'd like to focus on camping, because we all love camping. So not everybody hikes or fishes, but most of us like to camp. So I want to focus a little bit on camping. So what is it about this year that is so unique and is going to cause challenges? It's a drought year. It's our second drought year, severe drought year. Now bears are very routine-driven animals. They're taught their territory by their mom. They have their home range, and their mother takes them out and shows them that this valley has berries in the spring, and this valley has pine nuts in the fall, and at this time of year, trout run in this stream. And when things are going smooth for the bears, they just go boom, 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 and they go through their territory, and they're well fed by winter, and they're ready to hibernate again. But in years like this, there's challenges because maybe the berries aren't there when they go, or maybe they bloomed earlier, or maybe the pine nuts didn't fall at the same time. So now the bears are stressed out. They're looking for food. And one of the things I do in these type of years is I actually stop hiking in the fall because now black bears are very tolerant animals. They're very shy animals, but in extreme situations, they will prey on people. And if they're hungry enough, we could start to look like food. So personally, I don't really want to be out there in the fall when they're looking for food and they're trying to get that last meal to hibernate. So I kind of change my habits accordingly. And I expect this year that we're going to see more bears down in Reno and in Carson and in the foothills around town. You'll see on the news that the Department of Wildlife has to come and tranquilize these animals and relocate them back up in the mountains because they're hungry. They're down here trying to find a meal. It's tough up in the mountains in a drought year. And the other thing you're going to see is more bears in campgrounds this year because the mama bear also shows the cubs campgrounds because that's a good source of food. So they're going to be in campgrounds more looking for that source of food. And then that brings me to my second point, how to be safe in campgrounds. Now, I think one of the things that terrified me the most when reading a bear book was what targets campgrounds are. I mean, people actually invite bears into campgrounds. It's not a shock that there's a bear coming into your campground at night. It's a shock that there's not a bear in your campground every night. we wheel in our ice chest and we start cooking and great smelling food. And of course, bears have great senses of smell. We lure them in and then we're sloppy in the way we go about camping. We leave food on the ground. We don't put our food in the bear box, or we don't take our trash down at night and throw it in the bear-proof trash container. So it's secured away where the bears can't get to it. And once the bears know their food, they're routine-driven animals. They're going to keep coming back. The one thing you want to be aware when you're in a campground is the bears there they're socialized. They're used to people. If you run into a bear in the backcountry, chances are they're going to run from you. They don't know what you are. They don't want to be around you. But a socialized bear has been around people for years. And so when you come out of your campground and you bang your pots and pans together to scare it away, it's probably just going to look at you like you're some kind of a nut. Well, why are you bothering me? But do bang your pots and pans together if a bear comes into your camp. The last thing you want them to do is actually come into your camp. It may not scare them out of the campground, but it may keep them out of your camp. And then secondly, if a bear does come into your camp and it's found your ice chest or it's found some food, don't get between the bear and the food. There's nothing that you're gonna do that's gonna stop that bear at that point, and they are wild animals, and that ice chest becomes just like a carcass to them. They're gonna protect it like it's their own, so don't interfere with the bear and get in its way. Let it have its way with your food. This is going to be a unique year out there, and I think that you're gonna see more bears. So I did print out some bear tips here for you in campgrounds. I'd like to kind of pass those around, and you guys can look at them when you go camping. This is the 10 commandments of camping in bear country. So be aware this year that it is a drought year. You're going to see more bear activities in campgrounds, and be careful with it. Well, be careful in campgrounds and maintain your food. Take care of it. Keep a clean camp, and make sure that you do your best to keep the bears out of your campground. Thank you very much.